15 clear signs you're addicted to your smartphone. Did you know that on average we touch our smartphones over 2,600 times a day? That's right, more than 2,600 times. If you're like most people, this statistic probably resonates with you. Perhaps you're reading this on your smartphone right now, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Our smartphones are powerful tools that have transformed the way we communicate, work, and entertain ourselves. However, what happens when our digital lifeline becomes a digital leash and we can't escape its grasp? In the age of constant connectivity, the allure of our smartphones can sometimes border on obsession, and for many, it has crossed that line. The purpose of this video is to delve into the depths of smartphone addiction, not from a place of judgment, but from a psychological perspective rooted in understanding and compassion. We aim to help you identify the clear signs of smartphone addiction, a condition that affects millions worldwide. These signs aren't pulled from thin air. They're grounded in psychological research and insights from experts who have delved into the intricate relationship between humans and their handheld devices. We want to empower you with knowledge that will enable you to make informed choices about your smartphone usage, fostering a healthier relationship with this powerful tool that has become an integral part of our lives. So whether you're watching this on your phone, tablet, or computer, let's journey together into the realm of smartphone addiction and discover how you can regain control of your digital life. Here are 15 clear signs you're addicted to your smartphone. Watch till the end and do not forget to subscribe. 1. Constant distraction. When notifications take over. Imagine you're in the middle of something important, like working or having a conversation with a friend. Suddenly, your smartphone beeps, buzzes, or lights up with a message or notification. It's like a tiny, irresistible call for your attention. So you pause what you're doing to check your phone. This keeps happening throughout the day, in class, at work, during meals, and even before bedtime. These frequent interruptions can make it hard to focus on what's in front of you and disrupt your daily routine. They can affect your ability to pay attention, be productive, and engage with people in meaningful conversations. All these constant distractions are signs that you might be overly attached to your smartphone, and it's important to recognize them to regain control of your daily life. 2. Neglecting real-life relationships. How phones impact our friendships. Imagine you're spending time with a friend or family member. You're physically there, but your mind is in a different world, absorbed by your smartphone. You might be scrolling through social media, texting, or playing games, and you're not really present with the person in front of you. When we spend too much time on our phones, it can make the people around us feel ignored or unimportant. They might feel like the phone is more interesting or more essential to you than they are. Over time, this can harm the quality of your relationships. Think of it like this. If you were having a conversation with someone and they kept looking away or interrupting the conversation to check their phone, you'd probably feel hurt or frustrated. This is why it's important to be aware of how our phone use can affect our personal relationships and try to find a balance between screen time and spending quality time with the people we care about. 3. Anxiety without a smartphone. Feeling worried when it's not nearby. Have you ever felt a little nervous when you couldn't find your smartphone? Maybe it was in another room or you thought you lost it. You might have felt a flutter of worry or anxiety in your stomach. This is quite common these days. Many people feel a sense of unease when they're separated from their phones. It's like their phone has become a security blanket, and being without it can make them feel a bit lost or anxious. It's important to understand that these feelings are natural, but when they become very strong or frequent, it might be a sign that you're relying too much on your smartphone. It's like needing it to feel safe or connected all the time. Finding a balance between using your phone and being without it is a healthy way to manage this anxiety. 4. Excessive screen time. When we spend too much time on our devices, we all enjoy using smartphones and other devices. They let us watch videos, play games, and chat with friends. But sometimes we use them so much that it can be a problem. It's like eating too much candy. It might be fun, but it's not good for us in large amounts. When we spend too much time on our devices, it can affect our health and well-being. We might not get enough sleep, exercise, or spend time with our family and friends. It's important to find a balance between using our devices for fun and taking breaks to do other things that are good for us. This way we can enjoy our devices without them taking over our lives. 5. Neglecting responsibilities. Smartphones can be really fun, but sometimes people use them so much that they forget about their important responsibilities. For kids, it might mean not finishing homework or not paying attention in class because they're playing games on their phones. For adults, it could mean not doing their work properly because they're busy checking their phones all the time. This can have consequences, like getting bad grades or not doing well at work. It's important to use our phones in a way that doesn't get in the way of our responsibilities. Finding a balance between phone time and work or school is a good idea to make sure we do well in both areas. 6. Sleep disruption. How using phones late at night messes with sleep. You know how sleep is important, right? It's when our bodies and minds rest and get ready for a new day. But when we use our smartphones late at night, it can mess up our sleep. The light from our screens tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime, even when it's bedtime. This makes it hard to fall asleep, and our sleep isn't as good. We might wake up feeling tired and not ready for the day. Getting enough sleep is crucial for feeling good and doing well in school or work. So it's a good idea to put away our phones before bedtime to make sure we get the rest we need. It helps us be more awake and alert during the day. 7. Reduced productivity. How phones can make us less productive. Imagine you're doing something important like homework or a job, and your phone keeps buzzing with messages or tempting games. What do you think happens? It's hard to focus on what you're supposed to do, right? That's what we mean when we say smartphones can reduce productivity. Productivity is doing things well and getting stuff done. When we keep stopping what we're doing to check our phones, we don't do our work as well or as fast as we could. It's like trying to run a race while carrying a heavy backpack. It slows us down. To be more productive, it's a good idea to put our phones away when we need to concentrate on something important. This helps us do our tasks better and faster. 8. Emotional disturbance. How using smartphones too much can affect our feelings. Our smartphones can be lots of fun. We can chat with friends, play games, and look at funny pictures. But if we use them too much, it can make our emotions go up and down like a roller coaster. For example, if we're really into a game and have to stop playing, we might feel grumpy or upset. This is because our brains get used to the fun stuff on our phones, and when we stop, we can feel irritable. Using phones too much can also keep us from doing other things that make us happy, like spending time with family and friends. This can lead to mood swings and even feeling a bit down. It's important to find a balance between using our phones and doing other things that make us feel good. That way we can have fun with our devices without letting them affect our emotions too much. 9. Escapism. Using phones to escape from problems. Sometimes life can be tricky and we all face problems or things that make us sad or stressed. When this happens, some people use their phones to escape from those feelings. It's like a magical door to another world where they can forget about their problems. While it's okay to take a break and have fun on your phone, using it too much to escape can become a problem itself. It's like eating ice cream when you're sad. It's okay once in a while, but if you do it all the time, it's not healthy. It's important to remember that using your phone as an escape doesn't solve the real problems. It's better to talk to someone you trust or find healthier ways to deal with difficult feelings. Phones can be a tool for fun, but they can't replace facing and solving real-life challenges. 10. Financial impact. How using your phone too much can hurt your money. Our phones are super handy, but they can also cost us money when we're not careful. Smartphone addiction, like playing games or buying things online all the time, can lead to financial problems. For example, buying lots of apps, games, or stuff online can add up and make us spend more money than we planned. Also, if we use our phones too much and forget to do our schoolwork or jobs properly, it might affect our future money-making opportunities. It's important to use our phones wisely and not let them get in the way of our financial responsibilities. Saving money for important things and not spending too much on phone stuff is a good way to stay on top of our finances. 11. Isolation. When phones make us feel alone. Our smartphones can be great for staying in touch with friends, but if we use them too much, they can make us feel isolated or alone. This happens when we prefer our phones over spending time with real people. Imagine you have friends over to play, but you'd rather play on your phone than join in. This can make your friends feel sad or like you don't want to be with them. Using our phones too much can also stop us from making new friends or doing fun things with the ones we have. So it's important to find a balance between using our phones and spending time with friends and family. This way, we can enjoy both the digital world and the real world without feeling isolated. Denial of addiction, not realizing you have a problem. Sometimes when people use their smartphones too much, they don't realize they have a problem. It's like being stuck in a game and not noticing that you've been playing for hours. This happens because smartphones can be so fun and helpful that we don't want to admit they're causing issues. So even if our friends or family tell us we're using our phones too much, we might say, No, I don't have a problem. This is called denial. It's when we refuse to see that we have a challenge or addiction. It's important to be aware of this, as realizing we have a problem is the first step to finding a healthy balance with our smartphones. 13. Phantom vibrations, feeling your phone when it's not there. Have you ever felt like your phone is vibrating in your pocket or on the table, but when you check, there are no new messages or calls? This strange feeling is called a phantom vibration. Phantom vibrations happen because we're so used to our phones vibrating when we get messages or notifications. Our brains sometimes get so used to this feeling that they create it even when our phones aren't actually vibrating. It's like our brains are playing tricks on us. Phantom vibrations are a sign that we're super attached to our phones. It's like our brains are always expecting a message or a notification. To reduce these phantom feelings, it can help to take breaks from our phones and not check them all the time. 14. Preoccupation, always thinking about your phone. Have you ever noticed that some people are always thinking about their phones? It's like they can't stop wondering if they have new messages or if there's something interesting happening on their device. This constant thinking about their phones is called preoccupation. It means their minds are always occupied or busy with thoughts about their phones. Even when they're doing other things like playing or talking to friends, they keep thinking about their phones. Preoccupation is a sign that they're really into their phones and might be using them a bit too much. It's important to take breaks and enjoy the world around us without always thinking about our phones. 15. Fear of missing out, FOMO. When you worry about missing something fun, have you ever felt like everyone is doing something exciting and you're missing out? This feeling is called the fear of missing out, or FOMO. FOMO can be a big part of smartphone addiction because we worry that if we don't keep checking our phones, we might miss something fun or important. It's like being scared that everyone is having a great time without us. This fear can make us use our phones too much, always checking for updates and messages. It's important to remember that it's okay to take a break from our phones and not worry about missing out. There are many great moments in the real world too. Ready to break free from smartphone addiction? Here's how. Set clear boundaries, use apps wisely, and don't hesitate to seek professional help when needed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe